Jenny Taft here with Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharp. Happy New Year, guys.
Yeah. Happy New Year, Jenny.
It's the last day.
The last day we can say it.
Yeah.
After the day, you get side-eyed. Skip, before I go any further, can I bear with me, Skip?
Yeah. Where's your tie today?
I had one on, Skip, but I didn't like the way it was laid.
Really?
I had a bow tie.
Maybe it's Happy New Year because you're going to try to outdo me with no tie.
No,
That's what's happening here.
Skip, just give me a couple seconds. Can we agree with this in 2019? Look, if I'm not special enough for you to individually send me Happy New Year or Merry Christmas, stop group texting me. Do not, Skip, I was in a group text of 50. I didn't ask to be a part of this. I wish I knew who started this group text, this chain. Can we stop this, Skip?
I have no idea what
you
you're
don't get group
about.
text?
Nope.
I'm 50, Happy New Year. If I'm not special enough to get it
I'm not in your group text, nor did I send you a group
individual text?
Yeah, you didn't send me one. Where is it at?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you
have completely lost me.
No, I haven't.
What is your point? I don't get your point. I'm not in your group text.
No, I don't want to be in anybody's group text, and I want to know why you didn't send me Happy New Year text.
Well, I sent you Merry Christmas. But I didn't hear back. I didn't hear anything back.
I said Kate.
Yeah.
Kate?
Okay. Okay.
Gosh.
I got it.
The way these two start their morning. We have a lot to get to on today's show. Is Shannon starting to worry about LeBron's health?
Never.
And then we've got Skip over here. Maybe he's going to get on the Eagles bandwagon. We'll see who's at quarterback. Plus, Nick Cannon live in studio later. But we're going to start in Dallas because Shannon, hey, he's wearing some Cowboys colors. They are a slight favorite in their playoff opener Saturday against the Seahawks on Fox. Seattle beat Dallas early in the season, and in that game, Dak Prescott struggled with 2 picks. He was sacked 5 times. Ezekiel Elliott rushed for over 100 yards in the loss, and he sat out Sunday's game. But Zeke said yesterday that a lot will be on his shoulders this weekend. Let's take a listen.
I feel very good. Normally, after a real game week, I'm not really feeling ready to play till about Friday, Saturday. But, I'm ready to go right now. It's hard to make the playoffs in the NFL, and so, that makes the moment that much more important. But, I live for these moments. I love it. I can't wait to go out there and compete Saturday night, and I think this team is ready. Going into these playoffs, I'm going to have probably the heaviest workload I've had all season. So just great getting fresh and ready going into this last stretch of the season, ready for whatever they throw at me.
Shannon, who is the more important Cowboy, Dak or Zeke?
For me, it's always been about Zeke. I don't want people to get skewed because what they'll do, they'll look at the last game in which Dak played against the Giants. No Zeke, no Tyron Smith, no Zach Martin. Played unbelievable. But don't let that skew you because we remember what transpired last year when he didn't have Tyron Smith, when he didn't have Ezekiel Elliott. He didn't look like he did with the Giants. So let's not take one game and over-evaluate it, Skip Bayless. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you.
Spoken yet.
I know, but
Did I say anything?
I'm talking to you.
You start out saying people will say.
People.
Don't let it skew you or scare you. Maybe scare you.
I
is the
said
operative
people.
word. Oh, okay.
I didn't say people.
Yeah.
I didn't say more than. I'm talking about you.
Okay.
Because I know how you think.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we evaluate, we put too much emphasis on one game, and we look at what Dak was able to do against the Giants. And I thought that was the best game that I've ever seen Dak play. And he's had some great games. But I thought this, given the set of circumstances, with no Zeke, with no Tyron Smith, with no Zach Martin, for him to be able to, and Coop really didn't get going, but he found a way to get the ball to Jarwin, who had an unbelievable game.
Shannon Jarwin. His name's Shannon.
Whatever, Skip.
I renamed him.
Whatever, Skip Bayless.
Yep.
Michael Gallup played big. Alan Hearns came up, made some big catches. And so that was great to see. So I thought that was Dak's best game. But let's not get carried away. This is a running football team. Everything they do and everything they normally do comes off the running game. And that's why if you look at what they were able to do, what they win, Skip, 7 of their last 8, and probably 5 or 6 of those games, Zeke was over 100 yards rushing. He was also their leading receiver. So let that sink in for just a second. He led the league in rushing. He's the team's leading receiver. So that lets you know how heavily they rely on Ezekiel Elliott to beat Ezekiel Elliott.
Okay.
It's not a coincidence, Skip Bayless, that he led the league in rushing because They depend on him like the first and the 15th. They live game to game, like I live paycheck to paycheck.
Interesting.
Yep. That's what's going on. So, Skip Bayless, I know what you want to do here. I already know what you're going to do. You're going to start out 2019 just like you left off 2017, 2018. Oh, Dak is this. And I'm not taking away anything from Dak. But if 2-1 don't get this thing going, y'all going to be in a heap of trouble. And I'm going to come in here on Monday morning, Skip Bayless.
Yep. So, I don't care about what happened against the Giants.
Yeah, you do.
This game.
Yeah, you do.
About that. You know what? I'm going to start over here. I was going to start on this side, but I'm going to start over here because this really just flips my switch.
Well, what?
In this game Saturday night, there's this other quarterback named Russell Wilson that you just love. You think
him.
He's way up there, maybe even top 5 for you, right?
Well, he had a top 5 season this year.
He had a top 5 season, says Shannon Sharp. Did you hear that? That's on the record, a top 5 season.
He did.
So, Mr. Sharp, Hall of Famer. What team led the National Football League in rushing this year?
Seattle.
Oh, Seattle did. That's interesting. Dallas finished in overall rushing 10th in the NFL.
Right.
Yet you constantly denigrate and discount my quarterback, Dak Prescott, because you say he's completely dependent on his run game that features only Ezekiel Elliott, right?
Who led the league in rushing?
But they finished 10th as a team. Seattle finished first as a team, but Russell Wilson is way up there above Dak. He's like out of Dak's league.
Yeah, he is.
But you never discount his performance by saying, well, he leans heavily on his rushing attack, right?
Right.
I never have heard that one time. That's all I ever hear is that Dak Prescott is a product of Ezekiel Elliott.
If you don't mind me asking,
why can't I make the case Russell Wilson is a product of the #1 rushing attack in pro football?
Because Russell Wilson led the league in touchdown passes last year.
Okay.
This year, Russell Wilson is 35-7.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to get to that in just a second. So would you believe that 7 times this year, Russell Wilson threw for under 200 yards in a game?
Yes.
And Dak did that only 5 times this year. And Russell Wilson had only one 300-plus yard passing game.
Right.
Dak had 2, but that was for 387 and 455. So his 2 were way better than Russell's 1.
So why so few touchdowns?
So, well, I'm getting there.
Okay.
So Russell Wilson averaged 216 yards passing per game. Not very good, really. Dak actually wound up with 243, which is pretty good. It's like middle of the pack, but it's considerably better than Russell Wilson's. Yet I don't hear anything about that. And by the way, Russell Wilson recently won a game at home with 72 yards passing. If Dak Prescott had won a game with 72 yards passing, I never would have heard the end of it for the rest of the year.
Well, he's won a couple of, hold on, Skip. He's won a couple of games with under 100 yards passing when Ezekiel Elliott ran wild.
Well, this year, his lowest passing day was 160 yards in a victory over the New York Giants, which was way back in week 2 when he had nobody to throw to at that point, right? So you're right, 35 touchdowns for Russell Wilson, only 22 for Dak. But would you believe that Dak's, let's start with Russell's. Russell's touchdowns averaged 18 yards per touchdown pass. Dak averaged 27 yards per touchdown pass, so it was almost 10 yards per throw higher to score the touchdown.
Okay.
So I don't know, maybe they get close and Zeke rams it in from 3 yards. How many, would you believe that a third of Russell's touchdown passes came from under 10 yards or less?
The ball is,
okay. There are different ways to get it in.
The goal is to put the ball into the end zone, Mr. Bayless.
Okay, so as much as I love Zeke, and you know how much I love Zeke, and I'm so happy he is raring to go and that he got his crucial week of rest, and he should be even hotter than ever, and he owes Seattle because he owes his own team for what he did because he dropped a big third down pass that hit him right in the hands at Seattle in that week 3 loss, and it was a debacle of a loss, and then they almost about ready to get back in the game, and he had his biggest run of the game, 26 yards, and fumbled it all the way down on Seattle's 18-yard line. So he cost them twice in that game, so he owes them. And I'm with you. He led the league in rushing yards. He led the league in touches.
After missing a game.
And he did. And he led the Cowboys in receptions with 77, Cole Beasley's 65. But the bottom line to this discussion is this team will go only as far as Dak Prescott takes this team. And Dak Prescott has quietly turned into the most underrated quarterback in all of pro football, especially by the man sitting across the table from me. Because do you realize you just sort of just sloughed it off? You were saying, what did they win, like 7 of their last 8? Think about that. You've lost track of the fact they won 7 of their last 8 games. That's pretty impressive, right? 7-1, the back half of the year. So in those 8 games, guess what Dak Prescott has done? If you just take those 8 games versus the rest of the quarterbacks in the league, third most completions belong to Dak Prescott. That's in the whole National Football League. Third highest completion percentage, Dak Prescott. Fourth in yards passing over that stretch. Well, those are top 5 numbers. So is it possible that just over the back half of the year, when he threw 12 touchdowns to only 3 interceptions, is it possible that over the last 8 games, Dak Prescott was the best quarterback in pro football? I can make the case.
No, you can't make that case.
I can. Because he's high. He's way up, third, fourth in all the top
The great Johnny Cochran couldn't make that case. And he's one of the best, Skip Bayless. If you don't mind me asking.
So I'm not finished yet. I'm sorry. You can't take my time away because let's just do this. Let's do the 10 Cowboy wins versus the 6 losses. If you want value in the 10 wins, Dak Prescott threw 17 touchdown passes to 2 interceptions. Is that good?
Yeah.
That's driving force of those 10.